It's by my personal belief that if you want people to get immersed into a story, you have to have characters that the viewer is able to get attached to. This is something that Kokoro Connect does correct, or at least in the character department. The show doesn't really have an overarching story, instead it's more character driven than anything else. And it's pretty obvious in the first episode when the show does, "Alright, here are the characters, here are the names, now here's the supernatural element that makes them swap bodies, now let's see if you can remember who's who." And right off the bat, I was confused with the names of the characters and it hasn't even been 10 minutes. I'm not sure if I should praise the show for getting straight to the point or bash the show for not giving the viewers enough time to grasp everything that the show crammed into your head. But as you're starting to remember the characters' names, you also start to see little bits of our characters' backstories, which is an interesting way of doing character development. For a show that is character driven, it has a very small cast since we only really focus on 5 characters: Taichi, Iori, Himiko, Yoshifumi, and Yuri. But even with a small cast, there's a lot of drama that takes place among them, which I think is probably one of the strong points of the show, as we see the characters struggle to overcome the phenomena that are placed upon them, and at the same time show their true selves to one another. If I was to say what would be the weak point of the show, besides the giant elephant in the room of having little story to the show, the weak point would have to be the romance. Sure, it was there in the beginning, but it seemed to be a little side thing. Then all of a sudden, a love triangle appears out of nowhere, only for it to go back as it was before and to be completely forgotten for the rest of the series. If I had to say, I think that the voice acting in both sub and dub were good, while the animation reminded me of a bit of K-On! If K-On! Wasn't trying to be all moe and shit. Personally, I enjoyed the show for a lot of the show's elements, even if the show didn't have much of an overarching story and the romance wasn't that noticeable, but everything worked out very well with great twists, executions, and having humor that actually works and plays well into the situations that the characters are put into. Overall, I say that Kokoro Connect is an anime that should be watched when given a chance to, even if it's a slice of life anime, in which I say, when are they gonna start milking the slice of life genre already?